You are listening to Paranormal Talks Podcast.
Welcome to the Paranormal Talks Podcast. I am your host, Cody, and each week I will read to you stories based off of the myths and legends, true paranormal encounters, cryptids, UFOs, conspiracies, and many more. This strange, bone-chilling podcast will not only open your mind, but also explore the possibilities of the unknown. Releasing episodes Thursdays. Make sure to tune in and subscribe, and to keep your eyes peeled during the dead of night.
Well, hello everyone. Cody here with Heights Paranormal. I am extremely excited to see where this podcast goes in the future. If you like weird, creepy, paranormal, conspiracy type topics, well, this will be the podcast for you. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. And we are going to be discussing the night hag. The night hag is a supernatural being that is commonly associated with sleep paralysis. The night hag will seek its victims in the form of a supernatural entity, and while the person is in a state of sleep, they become unable to move, while feeling pressure on the chest and legs, claiming to see the entity in the room, until it fades away or begins walking out of the space. Now, all over many cultures, sleep paralysis is believed to be a gateway or even an access for demons to enter our world. In folklore of Nordic countries, the night hag is described as a mare, a female creature related to incubi and succubi. Now, for those who are unaware, a incubi and a succubi are demons that try to inhabit a man or a woman while they're in their sleeping bodies through some form of intimate relation. And so with that said, before going any further, I am curious to find out if any of you have ever experienced sleep paralysis before. If you have any interesting stories you would like to share, please send me through email. I'll have all the information to my email below. And yeah, I would love to read your stories and include them in my next podcast. I personally have experienced sleep paralysis throughout, my whole life. And I can definitely share one of the most interesting experiences that even inspired me to create this visual story that I'm going to play for you guys in a second here. But essentially, the sleep paralysis experience I had was an occurring sleep paralysis episode that lasted for almost about a year between the ages of 15 and 16. And essentially, it would always start with me feeling heavy in between falling asleep but still being awake. And it's even bizarre reading about the night hag and how there have been people claiming to feel almost like a hand on their chest, and I would feel that myself as well during that time, and it always felt like a female energy. But right at one moment, I remember distinctly looking to the left side of my closet and not really seeing anything, but kind of feeling like there's something there just staring at me. And then all of a sudden I would feel like this weird erotic vibe, sensual vibe, and I absolutely hated it, and I wanted to wake up, and I couldn't wake up sometimes, and it was really traumatizing to a point where when I was able to snap out of it and wake up, I would run all the way to the other side of the house and go straight to my mother's room and tell her what was happening. It got that bad to where it was making me run out of my room. And so this story I wrote is basically a combination of different sleep paralysis experiences that I have had, combined with me in my dream worlds and my night terror worlds. It's all concluded into one story, and I really hope you guys like it. And yeah, here we go, diving into The Sleep Stealer. I always look forward to this time of night, the time where I can be alone, walking back to my condo from the nearby convenience store down the street. Hands in my pockets, hoodie on, just chilling out to calm, tranquil music, moon in the sky, lake shimmering like diamonds, cars going by with the wind trickling down my spine. This is a time where I always felt peaceful. But this night, I knew I was not alone. There was a man behind me. I saw him to my left from the parallel sidewalk across the street. The creepiest thing about all of this was that there was no sound from him. As if his body had no weight. There was no tread beneath his shoes. Just a figure. As my heart started to beat faster, I knew he was following me. My feet started to move for me. Before I knew it, I was at my apartment door, keys fumbling in hand as I tried to open the door. I dropped my keys in frustration, and as I bent down to grab them, I started to see the top of the man's head slowly coming up the stairs. I not only swallowed the elixir of anxiety that night, but also the elixir of fear. I attempt to open the door again, but the key goes in and I hear the clicks of the door unlatching. I've never opened a door so fast in my life. I quickly lock it again. I look out the peephole, and I don't see the man. As if, was this all in my head? Was I even being followed? No, I must have. I have this gut feeling that he's waiting for me, right on the other side of the door. I look out through the peephole one more time, and I still don't see him. A couple of hours have gone by, and the anxiety has finally dissipated. As I'm sitting on my couch, with the TV illuminating the room around me, I start to become tired, and all I want to do is sleep. I slowly drag myself to my room and start to rub the tired stress off my face. Searching through my dresser drawer, I decide to put on a cooling, crisp gray t-shirt and a pair of boxer briefs. I slide into my bed, and I cover myself with my soft black comforter. Staring, I see the shadows of the trees dancing above me, waiting for my eyes to become heavy so that I can fall asleep. I hear what sounds like a loud bang coming from within inside my closet. I open my eyes, and there he was, staring right at me. There was no white in his eyes, just pure, dark, deep, crimson red eyes. His teeth were the most disgusting teeth I had ever seen. He was smiling, drooling, releasing the most awful smell I've ever smelled. I could not move. It was the worst feeling I had ever felt in my gut. My body was shot. My mind did not know what to do or how to react. The only thing that I could think of doing was closing my eyes and going back to sleep. But I couldn't. It was as if I was already asleep, but also awake. The man, no, that thing started to walk backwards, creepily back into the closet, but never lost sight
of my eyes away from his. He slowly closed the door, and it closed so slowly. 14 days have gone by, and I still can't fall asleep. He stole my ability to sleep away from me.
I hope you find that visual story interesting. It was definitely fun making it. I know there was quite a few hiccups editing it, but it's gonna get better. If you like the visual stories, let me know, and I will love to make more. But yeah, the sleep stealer, basically, I came up with creating him because even more than sleep paralysis, I experience night terrors quite often. And night terrors essentially are similar to like as if you combined nightmares and sleepwalking episodes together. There's even way more in-depth ways of explaining night terrors, but that's the simpler version. Basically, when I was little, I would start to see what I call spider dreams, and I would, in the middle of the night, I would believe that I am awake, everything is fine, and then out of nowhere I will see this gigantic humanoid size black widow spider in my room, and it would freak me out, and I would usually just go in a slight state of panic, and I would even run just like how I would with my sleep paralysis. I would run to my mother or to my brother, and they would try to go kill the spider, and there would never be a spider in the first place, yet alone a human-sized spider. So that's just an example of some of the night terrors I have experienced. I've even had moments where I would feel like a full-on little girl, like ghost, like typical in a white dress ghost, long black hair covering her face, like in The Grudge or in The Ring type little girl figure will be behind me, and I'll be running yet again up and down the halls of my house looking like a maniac because I am experiencing these intense night terrors. And so it definitely inspired me to create this story where I would have this occurring dream where I'm walking from a convenience store to my home, and I would always get this feeling that I'm being followed, and then when I am sleeping, I will wake up and experience the sleep paralysis demon that would feel like as if he's taking my ability to sleep away from me, which could definitely feel quite daunting. We are going to go into a quick ad. Make sure to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Remember us from last time? Arthur, if you would like to, you're more than welcome to make yourself visible. Arthur. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Make it live. Oh my god. On point. Look more.
The cat ball just went off when she said that.
I feel that you're over there.
Get out. You want to sleep?
That's right. Well, welcome back, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and move into, I feel, is a great segue, and that is discussing the idea of sleep travel. It is believed that people can travel to different dimensions when we are sleeping. and that this can allow a web of theories to develop. And I actually have a theory of my own, and that is that our brains are connected and that we don't only travel when we sleep, but we can actually share our dreams when we are sleeping. And what I mean by this is, well, first let me explain to you what a dream world is. A dream world is your sleeping brain's personification of what you see and experience in your waking life. For example, let's say every day in your waking life, the most common thing people do is they go to work. So to get from your home to your job, you take different forms of transportation, either driving, walking, riding a bike, or taking a city bus. When you do those things, you see the same things every day. Like you usually drive by or you go by the same buildings every day. You see the same signs every day. You hear the same things every day usually. But when you're in your dreaming world, you experience all those same things if your dream happens to be you going to work, but yet things will be tweaked a little bit. The same buildings you would see will look like a different shade of color, or the vehicle that you would take to get to your job will look different than your actual car. Little things like that, or like the people that you will see even look slightly altered, but yet it's the same stuff you would see when getting from your home to your job. When I experienced my first shared dream, it was definitely something that really truly altered my perspective of sleep in general. And so one day I was in my dream world. I was in India, and I was in India with my partner at the time, and I remember he was wearing a white shirt and he was running for some reason. There was fireworks going on. It was a very scattered dream. But then I remember waking up. I was in India with you, and there was fireworks going on, all kinds of stuff. It was crazy. And he was like, "Wait, what? I was there too. I was in India. You were in my dream. I was wearing a white shirt. Some crazy man was chasing me." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And so, yeah, we shared the same dream. And it was quite bizarre. This has led me to develop this theory that we are connected in some way through the dream worlds, and allows us to share our dreams and see each other in our dreams. I've read tons of other articles out there online of other people having similar experiences like this. And yet again, if any of you have had shared dreams or anything like this, please comment or give me an email, and I would love to read your stories. I'm actually going to read a story that was sent to me a couple days ago from the gentleman TJ. Back when I was 13 years old, I was on vacation with my mother and my younger brother. We were staying at a condo on the beach in Miami, Florida. After being out on the beach all day, the sun would usually start to make me feel tired, so I would often have no problem with falling asleep right away when it came time to go to bed. The third night staying at the condo, I remember waking up in the middle of the night and having to use the bathroom. The moment I tried to sit up, I couldn't even open my mouth to talk, and then before I knew it, there was a large black blob in front of the door. At first I thought it was my brother, but even he was laying right next to me, still asleep. This was the first time I experienced sleep paralysis, and I hope I never will again. TJ. Thank you so much for sending that story in. It was really cool to read that. I kind of got memories of when my family would actually stay at condos on the beach, and I would also get some sleep paralysis episodes there. I'm surprised you haven't had any more since then. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. Look forward to episodes coming out every Thursday. I can't wait to see how this channel grows. Please leave comments, send in emails, join on social media. All the links will be down below. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Don't let your dream demons bite you at night. Signing off.